Attraction isn't about looks, wealth, or even charisma. It's about approach. Many men miss the mark because they pursue instead of cultivating a magnetic pull. You might believe she's out of reach, or maybe she's signaled disinterest, but here's the reality. Women don't always recognize what they want until it's presented in the right way. Even the one ignoring your messages or relegating you to the friend zone can feel drawn to you if you know how to shift the dynamic. This isn't about trickery or deceit, it's about grasping the true nature of attraction. The mistake most men make is misunderstanding women entirely. They become overly eager, try too hard, or give up too easily. None of those strategies work. Women are naturally drawn to men who embody self-worth, not those who plead for attention or strive to prove their value. Here's a critical insight. Attraction isn't about persuading her you're the best choice. It's about sparking a realization that losing you isn't an option. This transformation doesn't occur by chasing or bending over backward to please. It happens when you step into the role of the man she can't overlook. Yes, even if she's voiced disinterest, this principle holds. The key lies in changing your perspective. Shift your focus away from her feelings about you and instead build yourself, internally and externally. Women are innately drawn to strength, self-assurance, and a touch of mystery. The moment you treat her as the prize, you've already lost. But when you live like you are the prize, everything changes. This isn't about deceit or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about evolving into the man who occupies her thoughts without effort. If you're prepared to stop the cycle of chasing and begin commanding attention, let's dive into how to make this happen. 1. Stop putting her opinion on a pedestal. A surefire way to lose a woman's interest is by striving too hard to gain her approval. Many men fall into the trap of walking on eggshells, obsessing over saying the right thing or avoiding anything that might offend. This approach exudes insecurity. The truth? The more weight you give her opinion, the more power you hand over, and when all the power shifts to her, attraction fades. Women are instinctively drawn to men who remain unshaken. Why? Confidence is magnetic. Prioritizing her approval over your self-worth signals weakness, not strength. Instead, focus on yourself. When you stop chasing her validation, you'll notice a shift in how she views you. This doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. It's about emotional independence. For instance, if you're on a date, don't obsess over every reaction she has. If she laughs, great. If not, don't let it rattle you. Be so secure in who you are that her reactions, or lack of them, don't dictate your mood. Consider this. You're texting her, and suddenly she stops responding. The typical guy panics, sends multiple texts, or wonders what he did wrong. Instead, you send your message and move on with your day. Hours later, she replies, "Sorry, I was busy." Your response? "No worries. I figured you'd get back when you could." Then casually change the subject, or even wrap up the conversation on your terms. What does this do? It shows her you're not desperate for her attention. You're signaling that while you appreciate her, your happiness doesn't depend on her response. This composure piques her curiosity, making her wonder why you're so unbothered and self-assured. By not clinging to her approval, you become someone who's harder to impress. A challenge. Instead of bending over backward to gain her favor, remain grounded. When you stop trying to win her over, you might just notice her working harder to win you. 2. To draw the attention of any woman, even one who appears disinterested, you need to shift the focus entirely onto yourself. Many men fall into the trap of pouring all their effort into impressing a woman rather than elevating their own worth. Here's the reality. If you don't value yourself, she won't either. Enhancing your value means becoming someone inherently attractive. This isn't about pretending to be confident or striving for perfection. It's about developing yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally to such a degree that you naturally stand out. When you prioritize self-growth, you embody the kind of man who doesn't need to chase. Women recognize that instinctively. Too often men obsess over what she wants instead of reflecting on their own offerings. Are you building a meaningful career or merely coasting? Do you have passions and interests, or does your world revolve around her? Are you prioritizing your fitness and health, or just talking about it? A man of value excels in all aspects of life. And when you elevate yourself, her attention follows effortlessly. Picture this. You're interested in a woman who seems distant. Instead of bombarding her with texts or forcing plans, you commit to self-improvement. You hit the gym, refine your diet, upgrade your style, and maybe even learn a new skill like playing an instrument or mastering a craft. Over time, these changes start to show. Perhaps you share a picture of your progress or casually mention your new hobby. She notices and becomes curious. You've been busy lately. What's going on? Suddenly her interest shifts because your life appears fulfilling with or without her. Here's the secret. When you invest in yourself, you change the dynamic. She begins to see you as someone worth her energy. The chase flips. No longer are you trying to win her over. Instead, she's drawn to your presence and drive. A man committed to personal growth is impossible to ignore. Stop spending time trying to convince her of your worth. Channel that energy into becoming the best version of yourself and let your progress speak for itself. The results? They'll say everything you need without you having to say a word. 3. Chasing a woman is one of the quickest ways to repel her. Think about how it feels when someone constantly seeks your attention. It's overwhelming, even off-putting. Women feel the same way when a man hovers or acts desperate. The more you chase, the more you inadvertently communicate that you lack options, which can be a significant turnoff. Here's the alternative. Stop chasing and instead cultivate mystery. Women are naturally intrigued by what they can't fully understand. If you're constantly available, always initiating contact, or perpetually eager to meet, there's no challenge. The outcome is predictable, and the excitement evaporates. Building mystery doesn't mean playing games or being dishonest. It's about revealing just enough to pique her curiosity. Don't overshare every detail about your life. If she asks how your day was, resist the urge to give a play-by-play. Instead, say something like, "It's been interesting. I'll tell you about it sometime." That small, deliberate vagueness invites her to wonder about you. Another layer of mystery comes from having a life that doesn't revolve around her. Spend time with your friends, invest in your passions, and keep yourself busy. When she sees that you're not always available, she starts to wonder, what's he doing? Who's he with? Suddenly, you're no longer predictable and her interest sharpens. Mystery has a unique power because it engages the imagination. By leaving gaps in what you share, you allow her to fill in the blanks, often in ways that heighten her attraction. It's not just about the words you say or the actions you take. It's about the emotions you evoke. When you stop chasing and let mystery do the work, you create a magnetic pull she can't ignore. Women are drawn to men who are secure, who don't feel the need to explain themselves constantly, and who don't rely on external validation. Instead of chasing her, create an environment where she's compelled to pursue a deeper understanding of you. That's how you set yourself apart. 4. Sometimes the most impactful thing you can do is say nothing. Silence is an often overlooked tool in attraction, but its power lies not just in what you choose to withhold, but in the message it sends. Most men talk excessively, rushing to fill conversational gaps, over-explaining themselves, or sending a flurry of texts when a woman becomes quiet. This constant communication doesn't project confidence. It reveals neediness. Women notice when a man is uncomfortable with silence, interpreting it as insecurity. But a man who can embrace silence exudes composure, patience, and self-assurance. This quiet confidence communicates strength and emotional independence, qualities women find undeniably attractive. For example, if she doesn't reply to a message immediately, resist the urge to follow up. Let the silence linger. Instead of you wondering what she's thinking, the roles reverse. She starts to wonder about you. That curiosity shifts her focus toward you, often sparking a deeper interest. Silence is especially potent in disagreements or tense moments. Instead of defending yourself or rushing to explain, pause. Let her words settle. This pause not only diffuses tension but forces her to reflect on her perspective while demonstrating that you are unshaken by conflict. Beyond conversations, silence is about presence. You don't need to constantly entertain or maintain high energy. Sharing a quiet moment, where neither of you feels the need to speak, can create an intimate, unforgettable connection. Mastering silence isn't about being distant. It's about being secure in your skin. It shows you're not chasing approval or scrambling to fill gaps for the sake of comfort. When women recognize this quality, it subtly but powerfully communicates that you're in control, not just of the moment, but of yourself. 5. Most men sabotage attraction by revealing too much, too soon. They spell out their interests, intentions, and even their life story within the first few interactions. This openness, while well-meaning, crushes curiosity and smothers the spark before it has a chance to ignite. When everything about you is laid bare, you leave no room for mystery, and without mystery, there's no intrigue. Women are naturally drawn to what they don't fully understand. If you're too predictable or overly transparent, she'll lose interest because there's nothing left for her to explore. The mistake many men make is assuming that being an open book makes them more relatable or likable. In reality, it often comes across as dull. A man who overshares or constantly seeks to fill silences with updates like, "What are you doing?" or "Here's everything I've done today," is unintentionally making himself forgettable. Instead, create a space for her curiosity to grow. When she asks about your plans, don't list out every detail like you're giving her an itinerary. Respond with something simple and intriguing like, "I've got some cool things lined up. Should be interesting." This subtle vagueness invites her to wonder, keeping her thoughts lingering on you. Curiosity is a powerful emotional hook. It's why great stories and films captivate us. They hold back just enough to keep us guessing. The same principle applies to attraction. When a woman can't fully predict you, she feels compelled to understand you, deepening her interest. But be clear, cultivating curiosity isn't about playing games or being deliberately evasive. It's about staying authentic while maintaining a layer of unpredictability. Don't feel the need to explain every detail of your life or impress her with unnecessary information. Keep your interactions genuine yet deliberately understated. By triggering her curiosity, you flip the dynamic. Instead of you chasing her thoughts, she begins to chase yours. And that subtle shift makes all the difference. So embrace the power of mystery. Let her work to uncover more about you. It's the secret to keeping her intrigued and wanting more. 6. Attraction isn't just about physical allure, it's rooted in emotional tension. This invisible connection keeps you lingering in a woman's thoughts long after you're gone. The issue is that many men fail to cultivate this tension, defaulting to shallow conversations and predictable patterns. While safe, this approach is entirely forgettable. Women aren't captivated by men who play it safe. If your interactions are overly polite, bland, or merely nice, you're missing a key ingredient. Emotional tension thrives on creating a dynamic that's engaging, intriguing, and occasionally unsettling, but always in an exciting way. This isn't about being disrespectful or manipulative. It's about breaking the routine and evoking emotions she can't ignore. Too many men shy away from risks in their interactions, worried about rejection or awkwardness. But the real danger lies in her feeling nothing at all. Emotional tension is built by gently pushing boundaries, maybe through playful teasing or confidently challenging her perspective. Those subtle moments of friction, combined with a sense of fun, inject energy into your connection. Another cornerstone of emotional tension is timing. Don't rush to fill every silence or resolve every awkward moment. Let pauses linger. A moment of unspoken reflection can be incredibly powerful, leaving her curious about your thoughts or your next move. In that curiosity, attraction takes root. Here's the mistake most men make, assuming women only want to feel happiness or amusement. True attraction is far deeper. It's about eliciting a spectrum of emotions. When you surprise her, challenge her, or playfully unsettle her, you create a lasting impression. It's not just about making her laugh, it's about how you make her feel. Crafting emotional tension demands confidence and practice, but the rewards are undeniable. When a woman is emotionally drawn to you, she'll find it impossible to forget you. Stop sticking to the script. Be daring, be captivating. Most importantly, be the man who inspires genuine, unforgettable feelings. That's how you truly set yourself apart. 7. One of the most common pitfalls for men is neglecting to set boundaries. Too often, they sacrifice their comfort, time, or values in an attempt to keep a woman happy. But here's the truth. That doesn't make you desirable. It makes you a pushover. Respect is the foundation of attraction, and without it, the connection crumbles. Setting boundaries is a reflection of self-worth. It's about knowing what you stand for and refusing to compromise on it, whether in a relationship or any other area of life. When you allow someone to disregard your needs or principles, you inadvertently diminish your value in their eyes. A woman wants a partner, not a doormat. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to her, they're about saying yes to yourself. They signal that you have self-respect, priorities, and a life outside of her approval. Whether it's the time you're willing to give, the behavior you'll accept, or how you expect to be treated, boundaries establish that you're not chasing her validation. For instance, imagine she consistently cancels plans at the last minute. Most guys would let it slide, hoping she'll come around. A man with boundaries, however, communicates his standards clearly. He might say, "I understand things come up, but if you're unsure about plans, let's wait until you're certain to commit." This isn't confrontation, it's self-respect. You're showing her that your time is valuable and won't be wasted. When you enforce boundaries, one of two things happens. She either respects them and adjusts her behavior, or she doesn't, and you walk away. Either outcome reinforces your worth and makes you more attractive. Why? Because you demonstrate that you're not afraid to lose her, and that confidence is magnetic. By setting and upholding your boundaries, you showcase control over your life and an unshakable sense of self. This makes you stand out as a man who values himself, and that's a quality no one can ignore. 8. Confidence is one of the most magnetic traits you can have, but many men approach it the wrong way. Instead of demonstrating it, they try to declare it. Here's the reality. Confidence isn't something you tell people about. It's something you embody. What truly matters is how your presence makes others feel, not the words you use to describe yourself. Think of men who radiate genuine confidence. They don't boast or seek constant validation. They don't explain themselves unnecessarily. Their energy fills the room without them needing to say a thing. It's in their posture, their tone, and the way they move, deliberate and self-assured. That's real confidence. The essence of confidence isn't about showing off or impressing others. It's quiet, grounded in an internal understanding of your worth. A truly confident man doesn't worry about others' opinions because he already knows his value. This makes him stand out in a sea of people who are constantly trying to prove something. However, it's easy to confuse confidence with arrogance. Arrogance is loud, attention-seeking, and rooted in insecurity. It's an attempt to compensate for self-doubt. Confidence, on the other hand, doesn't need to shout. It simply exists. It's about being at ease with who you are, without relying on external validation. Confidence isn't just about what you say or do, it's about your energy. It shows in how you listen, how you treat others, and how you carry yourself. A confident man isn't afraid to be authentic because he doesn't need anyone's approval to feel whole. This authenticity is captivating in a world filled with people trying too hard to be noticed. To truly exude confidence, stop chasing validation. Instead, focus on becoming comfortable in your own skin. Let your actions and presence speak for you. When you embrace who you are and carry yourself with quiet assurance, you'll naturally draw others in, without ever needing to say a word. 9. One of the biggest missteps men often make is falling into the belief that they need to embody perfection to captivate a woman's interest. This mindset leads to constantly striving to say the right thing, act the right way, and become an idealized version of what they assume she desires. Here's the truth. Not only is this impossible, but it's also counterproductive. Women aren't drawn to perfection, they value authenticity. No one is flawless, and the sooner you embrace that, the freer you'll feel. Trying to maintain a flawless image is exhausting and unsustainable. Sooner or later, the cracks show. When you're pretending to be something you're not, it doesn't come across as impressive. It comes across as insecure and insincere. If your approach revolves around meticulously crafting the perfect persona, saying what you think she wants to hear, behaving exactly how you imagine she expects, or going out of your way to appease her, it's time to pause. This approach isn't showcasing who you really are, and that lack of authenticity is often more repelling than appealing. Here's the reality that makes all the difference. Being unapologetically yourself is far more attractive than chasing an unattainable ideal. Women appreciate genuineness, the kind that comes with embracing your quirks and flaws. You don't have to be polished or behave impeccably at every moment. What matters is being real, grounded, and confident in your individuality. Chasing perfection is a futile game. You'll never meet every unrealistic standard, and even if you did, it wouldn't foster a genuine connection. Women don't gravitate toward men who are desperately trying to prove something. Instead, they admire those who are secure enough to own who they are, flaws and all. Let go of the pressure to fit into an imagined mold. Focus on becoming the best version of you rather than someone else's ideal. This shift not only takes the weight off your shoulders but also allows your true character to shine through. When you stop pretending and start embracing your imperfections, you signal self-confidence and emotional security, qualities that naturally attract and earn respect. Forget striving to be anyone's idea of perfect. Show up as the real deal, someone who's unafraid to be imperfect but entirely proud of who they are. That's what builds real connections and wins hearts. 10. The most powerful move a man can make when dealing with a woman is to master the art of walking away. This isn't about being harsh or unkind, it's about recognizing and owning your value. When you become overly attached to how things will turn out with a woman, you surrender your power. Women can sense desperation, and it's the quickest way to lose their respect and interest. The men who truly stand out are the ones who understand that their worth isn't tied to the approval or attention of anyone else. If a woman isn't reciprocating your energy, showing respect, or matching your effort, it's time to step back. Walking away doesn't mean playing games or acting cold. It means valuing your time and energy enough not to waste it where it isn't appreciated. Too many men let fear dictate their actions. Fear of rejection, fear of being alone, fear of losing someone they care about. But this fear leads to dependency, which undermines your strength and makes you appear weak. True power lies in knowing when to let go. Imagine this shift in perspective. Rather than pleading for attention or chasing someone who isn't prioritizing you, you remove yourself from the equation. You stop trying to prove your worth and let your actions speak for themselves. By stepping away, you communicate a quiet confidence that says, "I'm valuable, with or without you." This creates a powerful dynamic. When a woman sees that you're not afraid to leave, it challenges her to reevaluate her behavior and decisions. The act of walking away is not about manipulation, it's about self-respect. Women are naturally drawn to men who demonstrate independence and a refusal to settle for less than they deserve. When you're willing to leave a situation that doesn't align with your standards, you create space for the right opportunities to come your way. If she chooses to meet you halfway after you walk away, it's because she recognizes your worth. If she doesn't, you've saved yourself from investing in something that was never going to work. Either way, you win. This isn't about making her the center of your world. The moment you stop prioritizing her above your own self-worth, everything changes. True attraction isn't about chasing her. It's about becoming the man she wants to pursue. The real prize isn't winning her approval. It's building yourself into a man who doesn't need to beg for anyone's attention. So ask yourself, are you chasing someone who doesn't see your value? If so, it's time to stop. Shift your focus to becoming the man who commands respect without asking for it. Walking away isn't a loss. It's the ultimate display of confidence and strength. All right, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, this is a Stoic approach.